So, Shon Lucy, thank you for coming to Catch the Couch today, man. What's up?
Man, I'm good. I'm cooling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Back in the city, loving it. And yeah, man, I'm blessed to be here right now, you know what I'm saying? So, ready to talk about what I got going on, future music. And yeah, let y'all into my world a little bit.
So let's start off with your name, Shon Lucy, man. That's a very different name for a guy. How did that come about?
Well, Shon Lucy, it was inspired from the actual movie Lucy, because Lucy was able to reach 100% of her potential as far as brain capacity. So she was able to be whatever she wanted to be. And that's what I feel like I am, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm wherever I want to be, at that present time. And I want to be one of the greatest artists to ever touch music. So, yeah, that's what Shon Lucy sparked from.
Okay. So, in the first part, Shon is your actual name?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, you're big into movies?
Oh, yeah. Love movies. You know what I mean? Movies tell a lot about, life, period. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of messages in movies that people don't, catch because they're not so open. But, I love movies because, like I say, they give you a good insight on the other side of life, you know what I'm saying, that people don't really just pay attention to.
And that's where Lucy comes from, because she was able to tap into so much more than what we're used to.
Exactly.
Okay, I can see how you could relate to that. So where are you from originally?
From Alexandria, Louisiana, where we at right now. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
So I heard
AKA
you stayed.
Alexandria.
I heard you stayed in graduation. You from the North.
Oh, yes, sir.
What
Yes,
part
sir.
of the North?
Well, I'm from Kellyland, you know what I'm saying? Upper North, up Highway 1, you know what I mean? So
Okay.
if you're familiar with that Kellyland, yeah, you already know what it is. I represent the land all day.
So you're there that's where you from birth and all?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, my people, are originally from out there. My mom, my grandmother, they been staying out there all, since forever, you know what I'm saying? I could curse on it.
Yeah.
Okay, most definitely. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've been staying up there all my life. So, that's pretty much all I know. Kellyland.
Okay, you ever miss home?
Yeah, man, I miss home. I mean, I miss the people, you know what I'm saying? The food, you can't get a lot of things, like, as far as food-wise, and just how the people are, like, in Atlanta. But, you know what I'm saying, even though, like I say, Atlanta is my home now, I appreciate it for what it's given me, you know what I mean, and the opportunity that it has to offer. But, yeah, of course, I miss home all the time. I mean, it's not somewhere I want to live again, you know what I mean, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying, because I'm kind of comfortable where I'm at, but I miss home all the time.
Has anybody ever told you look like Common?
Man, I done got compared to Common a lot, you know what I'm saying, as far as just my style and just, subject matter on what I talk about within the music. So, yeah, I mean, nobody's ever said I look like them, but, I get compared as far as the music.
Okay, so did Common have an influence on your music? Like, who made you want to rap? What made you want to rap?
Well, honestly, bruh, it was, I was 9 years old, man, and I met a good friend of mine by the name of Kenny Wayne. And, yeah, man, this dude, he used to freestyle top of the dome, like, just on spot. And then one day I was like, man, how you do that? You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, bro, you just come out the dome, say how you feel. And I mean, that's exactly what he said verbatim. And, from that point on, I just became in love with it. I was addicted to it. And I started freestyling, and, it began in the back of the class. Then it went from talent shows. Then I actually started taking it serious, and at like 16, I met a friend of mine by the name of Justin. He was like, man, I think you should actually just do this, And from there, I ain't looked back.
So you originally started freestyling?
Yeah, I originally started freestyling.
When did you start writing?
I actually started writing, I have to say, like around 17. Like around 17 when I started actually making songs. And I used to work down at the Tipitina's recording studio. That's when they had the little $10 a month type thing, you know what I'm saying? And I pay that $10 a month, go up in there with my homie T-Lamp, and yeah, he did all the engineering for me at that time. And that's when I met artists like Q Fields and, artists like Raw Deezy, those cats. And rest in peace, B. Isles. He was working up in there at the time. So, yeah, around that time, man, that's when I actually began to grow as an artist, you know, as far as recording and making actual songs.
Okay. So as you know, I put you on my list, you know, the top 10 freshmen. If Alexandria had a top 10 freshmen list, you was on there. What'd you think about the other artists on the list?
I mean, I like I said, I pay homage, pay respect to all those cats, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a couple of those cats that I actually know, Tevin Blackwell, he's pretty dope, and Yoda Black, he's very dope, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how they actually feel about me as an artist, but you know, that's not important. But I actually fucks with all them cats, you know what I'm saying? And even down to the cats that I don't know up there, I guess they were deserving of being there. So, you know, if you chose them, you know what I mean, I feel like they dope.
So, have you ever worked with Yoda Black?
No, I mean, we was actually in the conversation with doing a song together, but it kind of fell through. You know what I mean? But I mean, who knows? You know, we may be able to get a little song going on further in the future. I mean, I'm sure we're going to cross paths again, you know, because he's in a situation with CTE, and he's signed with an indie label by the name of Black Collar Entertainment, I believe. So, you know, I'm pretty sure as I rise up in the ranks that I will cross paths at some point in time again.
So what about Tevin Blackwell? Could you see yourself working with him?
I mean, yeah, if he's definitely with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm always for it, you know what I'm saying? If Cass is willing to work with me, hey, I'm willing to work, you know what I'm saying? I just like to make great music, you know, and most of all, make a hit record, you know what I'm saying? That's what my mindset is on. It's not just about making a song, you know what I'm saying? I want to actually make something that's going to be ready to push for the radios and for the people to love, you know, so.
I can definitely see a Blackwell and Lucy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that it can happen, you know what I'm saying? If we get the right little meeting going on, you know what I'm saying?
More of an open mind record.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's very conscious. He's very conscious. You know, I done checked out some of his music, you know what I mean? And like I said, I don't know if it was the same on his end, but hey, you know, if he feel like he want to ever work, man, I'm definitely with it.
So you're from a city that's full of talent, but also just as much talent, there's a lot of hatred.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you stand out from that and just keep going?
I mean, I just be myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be nobody else. You know, I'm just trying to be me, make great music. You know, it's something I love. I feel like I have a message with it. I mean, I'm sure everybody feels like that, you know what I'm saying? But this journey has been very different for me, you know what I'm saying? Just as far as the people that I've crossed paths with, that I've met. You know what I mean? So I just stand out by being myself, you know what I'm saying? And I don't promote hatred, you know what I mean? I let cats do what they do. You know, I always tip my hat off to people out here doing their thing, making noise. So, you know, I just stay to myself and I be myself, you know? So that's how I separate myself in, you know, the consumption of the hate, you know what I mean?
So your last project, what was it called?
It was called I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy.
Yeah,
and what inspired this title?
Actually, the show I Love Lucy. You know what I mean? Like I really love that show. You know, Lucille Ball and Ricky Ricardo. You know what I'm saying? Like it was real dope. You know, and me and my manager, he basically co-produced the whole album. So, you know, we was able to play off the Lucy thing and get a little niche with I Love Lucy, and I mean, it made a splash, you know. We was able to come up with the logo. I had my t-shirt on yesterday. Y'all would have been able to see it, but you know what I'm saying? Like I just felt like at that time it made sense, you know. It was strategically thought out and it worked, you know, and yeah, that's what inspired it, the actual show. And matter of fact, like the new EP that I got coming up is called Lucille Ball. So we're playing off the whole I Love Lucy theme still. So okay. Yeah, man.
So when can we expect that one?
Man, I can't really just put a time on it, you know what I'm saying? We just actually, you know, we kind of sort of wrapping it up, but I feel like I want to do a couple of extra more songs and actually give everybody like a proper visual, you know, give them a visual of what I have going on. So once I get this video out the way and get a couple more songs in, then I'm going to just surprise and just put it out there, you know, and hopefully everybody go cop that.
Is there a video what you like playing Ricky?
Oh man, I don't know. That's a good. I mean, that's a great ass idea. You know,
black and white and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I mean, I appreciate you for even throwing that out there. So I might have to take that into consideration and do it for this video. You know what I mean? Because the video that I'm actually gonna shoot is for a song that I got on the EP called Time. Very, very dope record. So I believe y'all gonna enjoy that. You know what I mean? A lot much. So. Yeah, man, I think that'll be a nice-ass idea to do, you know what I mean?
So, I didn't know of you originally. I conducted a live stream, like, music review.
Yeah.
And it was just me doing, something
right.
on Facebook. And it blew up. And I received the email, Shon Lucy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Graduation. And To the Point. Those are the 2 tracks. And so I played Graduation, and I'm like, okay, it's nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice track. I played To the Point, and I'm like, okay, 2 for 2.
Yeah.
That's a good song. And then I get like 4 more emails.
Yeah.
And then I realized your manager emailed. He was like, yeah, he's from here. And I'm like, where's here? He's like, he's from Alexandria. And I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
And I was like, so how does that feel knowing that sometimes you're overlooked in your city, but yet and still you can gain a fan just that quick?
Man, to me it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't overlook greatness for too long, plain and simple. I feel like I'm amongst greatness. I feel like I am that, you know what I mean? So, for you to not even know who I was a week ago, to hear my songs, and to become a fan of the music, man, that's amazing to me. And I mean, I know it kind of makes other people who've been grinding for the longest and has their face at the forefront of, just having their face in attention, you know what I mean? But me, I just been kind of under the radar, just doing my thing and doing it quietly. And to be able to make a splash like that, man, it's a great feeling. It's an amazing feeling, you know what I'm saying? So I really love that. I really love the fact that you even rocking with the music, to say that we never met before now, you know what I mean? So it's amazing.
Yeah, I can definitely say I am a fan. I'm a fan. That's the reason I put you on my personal top 10 list. So from there, where do you go?
Man, it only goes up from here. You know what I'm saying? There's no limit to the sky. There's no limit to your talent. There's no limit to what you can do. So I just feel myself going up from here and just getting better, figuring out ways to come up with better songs, working with better artists, you know what I'm saying, than myself, because I feel like everybody I work with, anybody that I see that's doing their thing and that actually is doing it, they make me better all around, Like I say, I don't do no hating, I don't do no throwing no salt, no nothing, you know what I mean? I just feel myself getting better and actually reaching my full potential, such as Lucy, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm going to reach my 100% real soon, so, yeah.
Okay, so I know you're in Atlanta right now.
Yes.
You've been in Atlanta for about a year working on the project.
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody in Atlanta you feel like you need a feature from, or you really want to work with, like any mainstream artists you like? I just need that feature with him, even if it never gets released. Yeah. I just want to be in his presence or in her presence to work with them and see how they work.
As of now, Andre 3000, he has to be, one of those cats that I would love to work with. And, just to have a record with him and be like, yo, I got this shit. I don't care what y'all talk about right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have that would be amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's loads of artists I would love to work with. But as far as an Atlanta staple, Atlanta legend, Andre has to be that guy. You know what I mean? Just as far as his way of coming up with songs and going about them, you know what I'm saying? How he can switch up from singing on a song to rapping and murdering you and barring you out with a 16. Like, I feel like he'll be up to my speed as far as making a great record, So Andre, he has to be that guy that I would love to work with.
So being that Andre 3000 is the one you want to work with, how about you give me a favorite verse or a favorite bar that really stands out?
I typed a text to a girl I used to see saying that I chose this cutie pie with whom I want to be. Yeah, that one right there.
He apologized.
Yeah. I apologize if this message get you down, that I CC'd every girl that I CC around town. I hate to see us I hate to see y'all frown, but I'd rather see her smiling. Wetness all around me, truth. But I'm no island, peninsula, maybe. Make no sense, I know crazy. Give up all this pussycat that's in my lap, no looking back. Spaceships don't come equipped with rearview mirrors. They dip. Yeah.
Players anthem, huh?
Yeah, that shit. You hear me? But I mean, he got so many, you know what I'm saying? So many. Like, some of his verses, like, just on the odd songs that he did, like Pink Matter and the verse to T.I.'s I'm Sorry, like, that one touched my soul, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's so in depth with the shit, you actually have to be on your P's and Q's when you actually reciting that Andre verse, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I mean, just one off top of the dome, that one right there, that Players Anthem, it has to be one of the most classics and, you know, prolific at that time. You know, for that time in music, when he was shredding up the remix game, you know what I'm saying, for them to drop that song, when he came with that verse, everybody just went nuts completely. So, yeah, man, that one right there.
Listen to most of your music. It has an old school feel to it. I could call some samples in there.
Yeah.
It sounds like you grew up with your grandmother while she was, cooking in the morning or cleaning in the morning on Saturday. So why does your music take that part?
I mean, honestly, a lot of that influence come from, like I say, my dad. You know, he's a big music head. He got like every CD from any artist, people I don't even know. He probably got their record. You know what I mean? And you know, just going to Atlanta for summers and things like that, he exposed me to a lot of music, and I was able to pick up on a lot of people that possibly I wouldn't have been exposed to, you know. So my dad played a big part in, like, as far as, like, you know, just that old school feel of the music, you know what I'm saying? And just some certain artists that I picked up on, you know, like the J. Cole's, you know, the Kendrick Lamar's, you know, they use a lot of soulful beats, you know, with their music, and I just take from that, and I feel like they the closest thing to me as far as where I'm at as an artist. So yeah, that's where my influence come from. You know, my dad and just certain artists that I done picked up on and I done took from, you know, just from doing this for so long. So
the great debate, in your personal opinion, who's number one, Kendrick or Cole?
Oh man, I would have to give it to Cole. Why I give it to Cole? Because like I say, Cole is not Kendrick. He's dope. He's one of the dopest artists that I ever heard of, ever. You know what I'm saying? But he's a bit. I don't want to put him as overrated, but Cole, he has a different resonation with the people, you know what I'm saying? Like, just as far as how his music impacts people. And it's more relatable to me. Kendrick, he'll bar you down, you know what I'm saying? He probably would eat J. Cole alive, maybe so, I don't know. I can't really just say that. But, you know, Cole, as far as how he touches the people and just his subject matter on things, I will put him as number one. Because, like I say, it feels like a direct connection with his music as far as being relatable, you know. So, yeah, like, and Cole, he talks about North Carolina a lot, but, you know, I never grew up in Compton around gang affiliation or nothing like that. So the things that Cole talk about is more relatable to me. So, yeah, I would say J. Cole, in my eyes.
So Cole has two platinum albums with no features and no awards for that. What does that say to you as an artist?
I mean, that says that I could do what I want to do. That says that I could keep on going with this avenue. You know, because I mean, really, it's not about, as far as his awards goes. I mean, you know, the award is, to me, like I say, they see that he actually went plat. You know what I'm saying, with no features, and most of that production and everything he was doing was himself. It was self-made. You know, so I just feel like that gives me the avenue to be who I want to be and do music the way I know to do music. You know, it makes it feel safe, you know what I'm saying, because if he's not worried about the awards and all those, you know what I'm saying, why should I? I mean, as long as we reach platinum or something like that and we get paid, you know, that's the big thing about it. And just as far as the message, his message is far more better than him winning a Grammy off of it to me. You know what I'm saying? The Grammys are cool, you know, but as far as anything, that don't guarantee you longevity. You know what I'm saying? Just as far as your message and the meaningful songs, you know, that he puts out, to me that creates longevity. So he just make it more easier to do music the way I want to do it, you know, because he's doing it his way. So I feel like I'll be able to do it my way.
So within your music, it seems like you get a little gritty, like your voice changes.
Yeah.
It's even though you're a humble and well-spoken guy now in the booth, you get a little gritty on the music. Why is that?
Man, I really don't know where that comes from. I mean, I would like to say it comes from just that hunger, that passion, you know what I'm saying, just from the things I've been through, you know what I'm saying, in life. And that's why I could be almost myself, you know what I mean, and not be judged for it. I could be that aggressive, you know, monster, so to speak, you know what I mean, and that's why I'm able to release a lot of things, you know, it's my therapy. So yeah, man, like, that's where it comes from. It comes from just being so hungry and wanting it so bad, you know, and just wanting to be one of the best. I feel like my voice and that tone, that aggression, that's what kind of separates me from a lot of artists, you know, because a lot of people, they kind of sound the same a little bit, you know what I mean? But that's what separates me, that tone, that aggression. And once I figured it out, I just, you know, started exploiting it, you know, within myself.
So your manager sent us a track called like No Motivation or Motivation?
Yeah, No Motive.
Is it No Motive? Okay,
Yeah.
so is that on the new album or is that
No,
on...
that's on the last project, I Love Lucy.
Okay, I kind of feel like that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Because I could tell the slight arrogance in there.
Yeah, and it's like, bruh, with that record, you know what I'm saying, like, I just found it so dope because it was just a quick song that I was writing. I wasn't even expecting it to be what it was, you know, but it stemmed from, you know what I'm saying, no motive. Like, basically, I shouldn't have gave that person motivation to be who they are, or the motivation to even do me the way they did me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it stems from. That's why I say I should have never gave you motivation, you know, because people ride off motivation from you. They ride off your energy, you know what I mean? And that's where it comes from, you know? So that's why that's one of my favorite songs as well, you know? And I actually have a video that I shot myself. I remember I was trying to get somebody to shoot a video for me. They didn't want to do it. So I went with my iPhone and I shot a first person view video that just showed my feet and showed what I saw, you know what I mean, throughout my whole day. And I edited it and I did all that myself, and it ended up being just a dope piece of work, you know what I mean? And that song, like I said, it means a lot to me because, you know, sometimes we don't need to give people motivation, you know what I'm saying? They need to find motivation within themselves instead of riding off your energy. So, yeah, man, that's one of the dopest records I feel like I've made.
So who motivates you to keep this going?
I mean, most of all, God, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, he speaks to me and shows me that I have a purpose within this, you know what I mean? Because there's certain times where, I mean, this music thing isn't easy. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes you can get stagnant. Sometimes you can get, you know, weary with it. Like, just, is it going to work? You know, but I always get that voice in my head. You got to keep going, you got to keep going. So first of all, that, you know what I mean, my kids, my family, you know what I'm saying, just what I want out of life, you know what I mean, as far as my intermediate family, my relationship, my girl, you know what I'm saying, things like that, that motivates me to be what I'm going to become. So, yeah. Okay.
I heard you say you had kids, and being that it's Father's Day, I also want to say Happy Father's Day.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you, my brother.
Okay, with that being said, man, this is the end. I want to thank you for coming to Catch the Couch. I'm Spades.
And I'm Shon Lucy, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all go check this shit out, man. Y'all gonna love it, you hear me? Yeah. Life's like a pulse, you know. The ups and downs let you know you're alive.
This is a homage beat.
Yeah.